immediately. You know what I'm saying? Especially anything you acknowledge, you would take action for it. That's just my opinion. You know
Some
what I mean?
people don't. Some people don't have the resources to do so. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't know how to take action, and it's sad
I
to
mean,
say. You know what I
well,
mean? That,
when we, but when you say resource, this is what I'm saying. When you say resource, right? You know, you know, talking to somebody in general is a resource. You know that? You know what I'm saying? Because a motherfucker say, yeah, I got this going on, I got that going on, but it'd be like real brief. Yeah, nobody, they don't dive into it. That's why sometimes I don't believe it.
well, you can
Sometimes
have
I
the
just
right. You can have the right resources and the wrong resources. That's just like if you talk to somebody that just tell you, man, don't even worry about it, man. Do you. Like that's the wrong resources. That's the wrong people to talk to.
hey,
If
I
you
did.
talk to somebody that that been through it, you know what I mean? Just like, okay, for marriage, for instance, whereas though you got somebody that's been married for 30 years, that's the person that's, that's got a relationship and is strong, you see what I'm saying? Regardless, you know what I mean? That's the right person to talk to, as opposed to a dude that's out there single, living his best life, you know what I mean? And don't want no parts of marriage. You dig what I'm saying? Don't know nothing about marriage. That's the wrong resources. You dig what I'm saying? So you got the right resources, and then you got the wrong resources. You dig what I'm
No,
saying?
I agree 100%.
Common sense.
Go ahead. My fault, bro.
No,
You were saying
go ahead.
no.
Go ahead.
I feel coach you about to say something.
No, I was saying that what he said made a lot of sense. Um, because you have different influences, you have different people that you listen to, and it only matters if you listen to the right people. So what he's saying make a lot of sense.
I mean,
Because that's how some people end up in their situations, right? Or stuck in their situations. Because they thinking they using resources, like Main Man said, and the people who giving you the information is shitty information.
Yeah.
So you believe in them because it's five of them telling you, yeah, you right, yeah, you right, yeah, you right.
yeah, yeah. I see where you're coming from that, but I'm like, but I look at, you also look at this too. Some people, man, some people be on that bullshit, man. Some people be straight really on that bullshit. Some people don't really even have the trauma, but since everybody using trauma as an excuse, they run with it.
Yeah, attention to the hottest drug on the streets right now.
Facts.
Shit, we on a platform that all people do is seek attention. So
That's facts. But it's about what you need it for, right? Like,
exactly.
if you building a life with this thing, you using it to get some bread, or maybe you using it to push a cause, or you know what I mean, maybe it's doing something for you, like I don't know, maybe it's your way to vent, therapeutic, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's different from the people who literally, like, there's literally people who would do anything for the light, man, anything for somebody to pat them on the back, anything for somebody to look their way. So it's like that level of attention seeking is they not.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, so I mean, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, I feel as though that's what makes it hard. Sometimes it makes it hard to believe that some people have trauma, because it be the guys that really didn't have the trauma, or the girls that really didn't have the trauma, but since that's an excuse that they can use, they put it out there, and it makes certain people, it makes some trauma. I'm not buying it. You know what I'm talking about? Because you've been lied to about this. Somebody that lied to you about having trauma and they did. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Yeah, well, that's the I call that the crying wolf syndrome, where you got people
Facts.
out there perpetrating, you know what I mean, faking it just to, you know what I mean, get attention or whatever you know what I mean. That just like in some relationships, some chicks will run out there and say, "Hey, this dude been, beating me, and you know what I mean, treating me this type of way, or what have you." You know what I mean? And you get those instances, you know what I mean. But what that does, it harms those that's out there that's really experiencing that. You think I'm saying? It's actually putting pushback on them, because you like, how can we believe you when so many chicks out here is lying and fronting and acting like they being, you know what I mean, mistreated. You see what I'm saying?
Because
And you got those out there.
So as you said, chicks are in there. That right there, y'all should have known that what I was talking about. I've been right there, boy. You hit, boy.
It's real.
It was all cat. It was all cat.
Oh,
That's why that's why I'm a little bit more hesitant.
That's why every situation got to be treated differently.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm
Every
saying?
situation got to be treated differently. None are all the same. You dig me?
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? But you can't blame me for side-eyeing shit though, man.
No.
It all should be side-eyed. Never anything
Exactly.
in that face value. You always give it a side-eye. You know what I mean? Give it that crooked eye because people, like you said, people be capping. You know what I mean? People cap
Right.
all the time. It's a dirty game out here, man. It's a dirty game out here in this society today, man. You really can't trust nothing. You know what I'm saying? You got to do your homework on everything.
I'm talking
Everything.
big text message capping. That's what I'm talking about. I'm done with that level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they do? I didn't even know you could fake those.
Yeah, you can.
Unfortunately, in today's society, you can fake a lot of stuff.
You can fake damn near everything, man.
Yeah.
So let me ask you. So all right. Like so how often do you interact with people that you know? I mean, you know, like in your past, like how often did you interact with people that had quote unquote trauma? And you know what I'm saying? It's you know, other people's trauma can affect your shit.
That's true. That's true. So, like, for me personally, I had to learn to, like, distance myself with people who wasn't working on healing from their trauma, right? Because trauma, like, is an overused word these days, right? But everybody can have some trauma. All trauma means is something happened to you, you know what I'm saying, and it shook you up. That's all trauma really means. Something happened to you and it shook you up.
Yeah.
It don't have to be, like you said, somebody getting, you know, violated. It don't have to be somebody getting shot. Like man said, it could be something as simple as your parents separating. It could be something as simple as, you know, you walked in on an argument that went too far with two of your loved ones. You know what I'm saying? So trauma has a bunch of different forms. So like finding somebody without trauma at all, who's never had trauma, that's good luck with that. But it's about the people who working on their trauma. Those are the people I can still talk to. Those are people I could deal with. The people that's not working on healing from their trauma, they trauma going to bleed on you, like you said. It's going to affect yours. You know what I'm saying? It's going to affect what you got going on. Because if you compassionate towards them, they're going to bleed you dry, man. Whether it's constant complaining, whether it's them constantly asking you for something. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got people who go as far as to put what you got in jeopardy just because, you know what I mean, you rocking with them.
Boy, that touched my soul right there.
Listen, I done been there, man. And shorty almost put me in a bad jam, brother. Bad jam. Like, we talking like borderline life and death, all because I was walking with her in the wrong time. Walking with her at the wrong time, trying to be supportive. I mean, it's nighttime. You a dude, you a gentleman. You're like, all right, cool. It's not too far from where I'm going. Let me walk her back to her block. I ain't know what kind of nonsense she had going on. And that was her fault.
I've been there too.
I was just trying to be a gentleman to a friend. But she was in that situation because she's not working on her trauma and everything was somebody else's fault.
Yeah. You know, I had a girl once that what's her name, that, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not the most sensitive person in the world. But it's fresh. And and so even made the first payment for the first, you know, and you know what she didn't show up. She didn't even call. She didn't call them even to tell. She just wanted to wallow in.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's another thing that makes me question: is it real or fake? Because I'm like, all right, if somebody went out their way to put all the resources right there in front of you, why wouldn't you go? But it's not even that the trauma fake.
It's that, like you said, they want to wallow in it. So even if it's something that really, really bad happened, you know what I'm saying? And they telling the truth, it really happened to them. It don't matter. You can't walk in that for 20 years. You can't walk in that for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? By the time you're an adult, you're supposed to be doing something about it. So like you said, you putting the resources there, it doesn't matter if what she said really happened. It's the fact that she don't want to walk away. That's her utility belt. That's her safety net. That trauma is where she at. She get to go in it, like I said, so she used to go in that bag whenever she wants. The resources that you offered, now she can't go in that bag no more, dog.
Right. Yeah, so the best therapy might be the pity party. You know what I'm saying?
They
to them
don't want to get better. They want to, like you said, they want the pity. They want the attention. They don't want to heal.
Nah, man. I mean,
healing is work.
But you know something though.
Right. And everybody ain't willing to put in that work, man. And they rather put it onto you. It's you. It's all you. Like in relationships, it seems like it always come out in that fashion. It's not the person who it really is. They project it onto you, and you become that person. They have you think crazy. You like, hold up, I know I ain't crazy. Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But they not gonna admit it to say, oh, I got an issue, I got a problem, is what you're doing.
But you know, I'll tell you this, because when you say certain things, I had to think about myself too, because it's like, okay, up to like with my older sons, it's a lot of things I didn't do with them because certain things I didn't have in my childhood. But my son Tupac, you know Tupac. Well, you know what I mean, pretty hard when you know Tupac. You probably seen him when you did podcast.
Yeah.
But you saw him, yeah. But once he turned like, I want to say like 5, and his mom was always like, you know, she like a big birthday person and a big celebratory type of person. That wasn't in me because that wasn't a thing like growing up for me. Then it took, you know what I'm saying? It took for her to hammer that into my brain, and then he's a very smart child. He's a tech kid. He's into a whole lot, and like he changed me. He made me realize that, nigga, you need to get over the shit that bothered you as a child. You know what I'm saying? And like I flipped the switch, like you know what I'm saying? I gotta admit, he like my best taken care of kid. You know what I'm saying? When you really look at it, because like if he need anything like right now, I'm gonna do it right now. Where somebody the other one might gotta wait 10 minutes. You know what I'm talking about? You follow what I'm saying? Like everything's immediate for him now. You know what I'm saying? Everything's immediate for him. And it's like, it's immediate for him because he made me realize I shouldn't hold on to certain shit without doing anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It might sound bad. You know what I'm saying? He made me put this.
Nah.
Out,
Kids will do that.